Ladies and gentlemen, I took a little hiatus, but I'm glad to be back. Got a brand new guitar here. Picked it up real inexpensive today. Want to check it out? It's going to be like the Kramer we knew of years past. I don't know. Let's take a look. I'll see you at the table.
So first of all, before we get started here, just a short little history lesson. Kramer Guitars is a storied history that goes back, not like way back, but at least back to the mid-70s.
Hell, you looking at?
It was at that time that two future legends came together. Legendary luthier Travis Bean and this guy, legendary guitar maker Gary Kramer. Out of a partnership that originally started producing unique yet heavy aluminum neck guitars with equally heavy exotic tonal bodies, Gary Kramer went on to form his own business, switching to wooden necks in the early 80s, nabbing some major celebrity endorsements, and building a company which would become something of a guitar empire in the 1980s. But let's not kid ourselves, every true rocker remembers the era of the Kramer. In the 1980s and early 90s, you couldn't go into any serious rock or metal scene without seeing at least one serious guitarist blowing away the crowd on a Kramer. From the rock-steady Beretta to the awesome Pacer, and on to further hits like the Voyager and the Focus, Kramer had the guitars that every serious rock star just had to have. Yet sadly, all good things come to an end, and after some major missteps, oh my god, I want to forget about this one, and a now infamous fire sale of parts in New Jersey, the original Kramer went bankrupt and was bought by Gibson in the mid-2000s, and to Gibson's credit, they have been producing some very faithful reproductions ever since, including a few new models. And that's where today's guitar comes in, on the extreme budget end of the Gibson Kramer line. Unboxing. Oh yeah. Alright guys, Kramer made to rock hard as always. Again, it's going to be the Kramers we knew in the 70s, 80s, 90s to an extent. Who knows, but let's just dig in and see what's up with this guitar. Trusty knife here. Cut into this wonderful, interesting, new style type of Kramer, etc. So get rid of this here. This here. That one. So, what we got? We got ourselves here a standard Stratocaster, well, HSS copy, SSH, HSS, whatever. So up front, looks like a pretty standard budget Strat deal, probably made in China. Got the humbucker, 2 singles, and the 5-way switch. Nice maple neck with the painted headstock. So, bad there. Other than that, looks like a standard Strat copy through and through with a Kramer Focus headstock. So, there you go. Anyhow, to check out the innards, see how they put this little beast together, etc., and or etc. I'll see you at the chair. Let's check out the pickups here. You've got a pretty standard non-adjustable pole piece humbucker in the bridge, and then you've got your standard single coil middle and neck pickups. Now to flip this pick guard over and check out the internals, and pretty much no surprises here. Standard dime-sized pots, not bad soldering here. One ceramic humbucker in the bridge, and then ceramic middle and neck. I've seen a few ads say these were supposedly all Nico. I'm not sure what market that's in, but these are definitely ceramic. Turning our attention to the tremolo cavity here, you've got your standard small pot metal block. Now as we turn our attention to the control cavity of the guitar, this is where some of the quality issues really become apparent. And it's not solely the fact that this cavity is fairly rough and unshielded. The fact that the tremolo screws are clearly poking up through the body of the guitar is a definite, come on, Gibson. Moving past the body issues on this guitar, you've actually got a pretty nice neck on this axe.
It's a two-piece maple neck with a 12-inch radius. It's a pretty slim standard C shape. Now this neck is actually really smooth. It's got a great satin finish, even better than a lot of guitars I've played as of late. So kudos to Gibson and Kramer on that. Now the same can't be said about these closed back sealed tuning keys, sealed, closed back, whatever the hell they call them. They're just garbage. Yeah, if you're going to make any modification to this guitar, I'd get rid of these right away. In my experience initially playing this guitar, they really don't hold tune very well. They're not very stable. They're a bit shaky. So as I said in previous videos, your best bet is to just pull these off as soon as possible and just throw them right in the trash. So far we've assessed decent, smooth, and playable neck, so-so components, and not such a great body. Kramer of old? Not quite yet. And to that end, I've got this pick guard I put together a little while ago, which I've wanted to use for a while, which could help us solve our Kramer versus Kramer dilemma. Now this is a budget pick guard, but it's got pretty good stuff. It's got a Wilkinson ceramic P90 in the bridge, Wilkinson M Series all nickel 5 for the middle, and then a generic rails pickup for the neck position so we can split that off. Electronics are a bit better here too. 2 Fender full-size 500K pots, 1 push-pull pot for the volume, a slightly better switch, and you can see the rest of the electronics here. And now off camera, I'll just drop this pickguard in, grab some coffee, jump up and down, and whee! Alright, so here's that pickguard dropped in and wired up to the guitar. Came together fairly quickly and easily, no real hiccups in the hookups. One thing to note here was that because this was a single pickguard before, which I cut for a P90, regular knobs would have been too big and they would have come in contact with the P90, so I had to use these smaller knobs that I got from an old amp. I can always change these out later. For now, everything looks pretty good and is fairly functional, so I'm pleased with this. God, sealed tunes. Won't hold tune. Ruining my life. I'm finished. Okay, so those tuners were total crap. They didn't work, they didn't hold tune, and in fact, one fell apart. I'll show you in a second here. So I got rid of them, replaced them with a set of other black tuners that are similar but have a higher gear ratio, and they're more stable, and they actually hold tune. Oh, and I actually put a set of black Graftech string trees in here and put some graphite in the nut after filing it out, so much better tuning stability. Wrap up. Oh, yeah. Hi, guys. Back with my final wrap up on this Kramer guitar here. Gibson Kramer, Epiphone Kramer, whatever you call it. You know, this, in my opinion, doesn't really adhere so much to the Kramer heritage, but it's still a decent guitar for a beginner guitar. You've got a decent mahogany body, nice smooth satin, playable, very playable maple neck. You know, adequate pickups originally in it, and you know, some not so great hardware. So, you know, overall, definitely a pretty good pickup, especially for a beginner. You know, Kramer has a lengthy history of delivering quality guitars that are made to rock hard and filled the needs of rockers for decades. So it's really a shame to see, you know, Gibson, Epiphone, etc. put out this Kramer model that, you know, was really nothing more than a basic Strat. It's kind of a travesty in my opinion. So, you know, needless to say, I had to kind of go to town on this a little bit, but overall, I would say it really didn't take that much extra budget or that much work. You know, guys, I'd say for the price, definitely get it for that mahogany body, get it for that smooth satin maple neck, slap a decent loaded pickguard in there and some extra hardware, plug it in, turn your amp up to 11, blow up the goddamn neighborhood. So overall, you know, the changes I made in this have definitely given it a little more oomph, I'd say. You've got that nice P90 in the bridge. You've got that all-nickel single coil middle. And you got that humbucker in the neck, just tappable with the switch. So I'd say, you know, again, with a few modifications to this guitar here and there, we've definitely given ourselves an infinitely better axe. So overall, guys, to reiterate, a budget guitar, not necessarily a Kramer, but with some little trademarks that kind of take us back to the Kramer heritage. And to start your Kramer journey, whatever Kramer journey is, I think I've seen that a couple times as part of their sales pitches for this guitar, you know, you might as well.
Here's the link to the website and Gibson. It would be awesome if you could produce a P90 single rails version of the guitar like I just did. Thank you.
So overall, guys, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Old Niles Thrompton's Guitar Odyssey. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, etc., 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 and keep watching the channel for a whole lot more.